Lyrilusc jump scare. Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XL8, also known as Freshly Shaven, the Memphis XL8. Back at you with the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we're dueling with a different deck every single day. And it's time for day number 2. It's my time to shine. And we're taking a look at the birds, the word of bird. It's time for Lyrilusc, everyone's favorite level 1 bird girls that like to swarm the board and hit the opponent really dang hard. So we got ourselves our Lyrilusc deck today. We're going to be showing off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's. Having ourselves a good old time with these little bird girls. And today, big old shout out to Mr. JRPG King who suggested today's deck. Don't forget, if you'd like to suggest a deck, you're welcome to it anytime. We got plenty of room left. Best place to do it's on the Discord if you have like a deck, like a whole list and things. But if you just want to like shout out a deck you'd like to see, leave it in the comments. We'll see what we can do. So let's go ahead now into the Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh! Good old EDO Pro. Let's show off what these bird girls can do. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day and another card game. Now, we do like to go second with Lyrilusc. They are infamous for just being OTK machines. And that's our opening hand. Not bad. Not bad. I like the Warbler. I got a lot of good stuff going on here. Interrupt my opponent just a smidge. Stop my opponent if they make too much stuff. Really depends on what we draw into. That's going to be the main shtick here. I'm going to guess this is Dark World. I'm like 99.9% sure this is a Dark World deck. And I can tell you that's what it is. Because this is the only deck that runs Gen the Tiger and Ken the Warrior Dragon. So this is almost assuredly going to be a Dark World deck. Watch, you're going to discard like Snow or possibly Rambo. Okay. Oh, it's Horus. Okay, Horus it is. Alright. Seems to be some sort of Egyptian god-themed version of Horus, which thematically appropriate. Okay. That's not too shabby. It seems to be straight up Obelisk Turbo, so we'll see where this goes. We shall see. Unfortunately, now that I have this Ken, I can't do anything to interrupt, so I'm just going to skip ahead until this guy's done, because it's going to be a minute. Well, we'll see what this guy's board looks like in a minute. How many Horuses does it take to summon one Obelisk? Now things get a little dicey as we get into this part of the turn. My opponent's hit me with the triple tactical talents, and he's looking at my hand. Now he knows what I'm up to. So the question is, what are you going to get rid of? I would imagine you get rid of Bird Strike, considering it does just wipe out all your monsters' effects for a turn. But I could be wrong. It's hard to say. This puts it back into my deck, right? Okay, you did hit Bird Strike. That's fine. I don't need it. I don't think I'll need... I mean, it really depends on what they're going to build with this. I mean, you got Happy. Got him Seti. You got Quebish Kababa. Well, that's it. That's pretty much it. Although now Turquoise Warbler is like useless to me, so that's a bit of a stink. Bit of a stink that. So I'm gonna have to think about this. Let me think about this. Control a winged beast. I do have the option of doing that. I just wish that this dang warrior wasn't here. He's kind of cramping my style. But we'll go for the Turquoise Warbler. Very nice monster to start a board off with. It's even better when you special summon it because they get you another monster. But it's fine. Let's go ahead and summon out the Celestine Wagtail along with our Sapphire Swallow. Because good old Celestine's going to go ahead, searches out one of our spell traps. And let me think about what we're going to do. We're going to build up more numbers. I'm thinking I wish I had Bird Sanctuary right now, but I really wish I had Bird Call. Both of those would be very good. But combining these two is one of your best combos. It's just I don't have the option of both at the moment. I think I can work with this. Honestly, I Yeah, yeah. It won't be the prettiest thing in the world, but yes, we can definitely work with this. So what we're going to do is go for our bird call. And go for the call of the bird. And we're going to go ahead and... yeah. I was thinking if I could add more damage, but I don't think damage is going to be the most important thing right at the moment. So we're going to start off with this thing. Recital Starling. Very nice monster. When it's summoned, you can increase the monster's attack power, which is useful when we go for our big boss exceed. But more importantly, right for the moment, we're going to detach a material. You want Wagtail for this. And this is going to let us search out another bird. And the monster we want to search out is 100% going to be Cobalt Sparrow. Reason for this is because Bird Call is a very interesting searcher. When you activate it, you can search out a bird. And then you can summon a different bird from your hand. So we're going to search out the Barrel Canary, put that in our hand, and then we'll special summon Cobalt Sparrow. This way we can have things nice and established for, like, next turn. I don't think I'm going to be able to one-shot this guy, unfortunately. I really want to, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. Let's go ahead. Thinking about how the future is going to play out in this turn, I am thinking Turquoise Wobbler is the best thing to get right now. I really shouldn't have... Yeah, I think I'm just going to go nice and simple for this turn. I really just need to hit my opponent a little bit. Because while Double A Zeus may not be my favorite thing to go into, I think it's the best thing to go into at the moment. So we're going to use the Double Nightingale. Because we used, what was it, Cobalt? We get to go ahead and attach another... No, it was because of Sapphire Swallow. I get to attach another material onto Nightingale, which is cool either way, because Wagtail can do that anyway. But most importantly, this is our boss, the Assembled Nightingale. You can attack directly up to the number of materials on it. It also has a lot of protection to it, too. Really nasty monster. If you get this thing over 1,000 points, man, it can OTK your opponent real quick. Real quick. So let's go ahead and just get around all this Horus-y nonsense. Horus will not be able to stop Double A Zeus. You know, they can stop a lot of things. They can stop you from cracking an egg and beating it on. But you know what? They're not going to be able to stop this. They will not stop the power of this bird. Or our follow-up bird, because we're definitely going to need to follow up with a different bird here. Let me think. I could ram this into Imseti and potentially do more damage, but my opponent would definitely do something about that. After the battle phase, what is going to... No. Oh. Ken is activating, I forgot. He's going to go back to my opponent's... this goes back to his hand. Okay. Well, he gets that back. Totally fine, I think. I guess Gen also goes back. Yeah, so that way he can, like, give it back to me again. Kind of an annoying thing to do, but whatever. Whatever, dude. I shall summon for Double A Zeus. And let's go ahead and attempt to just... Yeah, I got 2 times I can do this, so... Let's use one of them right now. Sky Thunder, wipe the board. Yeah. That way I don't have to worry about too much, unless this does something. Add an obelisk and at the graveyard. You know, summon an obelisk. Yeah. He could have summoned an obelisk, but that would have been silly. But we're pretty set right here, I would say. I've got a Double A Zeus. I got one more use out of the darn thing. I've got an Imperm. And next turn I can go for more birds. And that's the big thing. Going for the birds. You know, this ain't Double A Zeus Turbo. No, this is Lyrilusc. We're trying to summon out birds, hit my opponent. We've got so many other bird exceed monsters we can go for. That's what I want to do. What is this doing? Summon Obelisk. Unaffected by card. Oh, I hate with this. This card is like crazy good. Just summon Obelisk from hand or grave, unaffected. It also, let's see, tribute to him monster activates the effect. Banish this card from the grave. Banish all... Oh, yeah. Alter told me about this card. It's like that's burn damage. It banishes everything in the graveyard, which is really bad for me, considering I like my graveyard. If you didn't notice from the cards I've searched, I kind of like my graveyard alive. I like it alive, damn it. Alright. So now the real question is, what is he going to do next? Oh, no. It's the Fisting of Fate. Let's see. Oh, that's gonna nuke my back row and everything? Oh, goodness. Well, this was Obelisk Turbo. Luckily, we know that the only cards in his hand are, like, the two warriors. I don't think he would go for those, right? Why would he? Unless he just wants to draw more cards and try to get, like, Horus on board. It's a potential. But if it don't work, you know, it'll do any damage. Or, like, barely any damage, I should say. Alright. I respect the new hustle. I'm surprised. 2 days in a row, we're seeing some variation of, like, Horus thing. Or not Horus, but Obelisk the Tormentor. Just kind of nutty. Let's see. This is going to be the one that gives me the tiger. So, what does the tiger do? Is that going to let me draw 2 cards? Let's see. This card special summon defender can one. Oh, I have to discard a card. Wow. Rude. You're a rude, crude dude, sir, with a bad attitude. Just couldn't let me have a hand. Alright. I mean, I'm not losing this turn as far as I can tell. I mean, all you have left in your hand is, again, the tiger. So, I'll take, what, 1,300 damage? Unless you're planning to use Obelisk's effect so you can do more burn and get rid of my graveyard, which would certainly be bad. But I can live with it. I'm pretty sure I can live with it. Oh, now what? Start of the battle phase? What? Or you... Wait, what? What on earth are you doing? What is this guy doing? What is he doing? Okay, he's just screwing with me now. He's messing with me. Alright. And on Obelisk, we'll just go to the graveyard. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. That's not a quick effect, so I should be good. Let's go ahead and special summon the Turquoise Warbler. And that will allow us to start up this turn again. So let's see, 6,200 life points. I think I can wipe that out. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Gonna be close. What do I want to get? I'm gonna go ahead and get Cobalt Sparrow back for now, so I get more birds. I think if I get 5 birds on the board, that's gonna be a good start. So here's the plan. So we're gonna go ahead and use Cobalt Sparrow. That's gonna get us another monster. Let's get... We're gonna get Wagtail, but it doesn't really matter who we get at this point. Well, so we'll go for Sapphire Swallow, so I get an additional material. Yeah, that's a good one. That'll work. So we'll use Barrel Canary's effect. We'll revive the Wagtail. This guy's got something. I just don't know what it is. Maybe he has an Imperm hiding in there or something? Possible. Possible indeed. But we're going to go ahead and get our Bird Sanctuary now, I'd say. Yeah. Let's get the Bird Sanctuary now. That ought to work. So we're going to activate our Bird Sanctuary. Very nice card because it lets me stack Exceeds on top of one another for more materials. It also gets me a draw, which is really nice. And we're going to go for our Recital Starling again. So we'll use Turquoise for this. And we will use Wagtail for this. Indeed. Yes. No. Alright. The Recital Starling will do its thing. We'll detach our Wagtail so we can attach it again. And we're going to go ahead and search out. Doesn't really matter too much. Really kind of irrelevant who we're searching, but I just need another body on the board. Because that's the name of the game. Birds of a feather flocking together. People say that for, like, Blackwings, but no. It's even more so with Lyrilusc. I just to briefly mention this equip spell in our hand. This is Wonders of Nature. It's actually pretty neat, because it lets you just, like, bring out a monster from the hand. It also bounces, like, your opponent's dragons, which is a really weird, specific thing. I think it's an anime thing. But it works. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Summon out Assembled Nightingale with 4 materials. And because we use our Sapphire, we're going to go ahead and attach... Doesn't matter who. Let's attach another material onto this. He can't be targeted either, Assembled Nightingale. So because of that, my opponent can't perp me. So let's go ahead and use... let's see... I could draw a card, but I don't think I need to. I'm pretty sure that we've got game exactly right here. So we're going to attach our Recital Starling onto our Assembled Nightingale. That'll give it 16. Oh man, 1,800 attack points, and it can attack what, how many different times? Several different times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 1,800. That's a lot of damage. But yeah, that is exactly what you want to see with your Lyrilusc. So my opponent put up a good fight. It's actually pretty, unless he's got something else that I'm not aware of. GG. GG. I will say, a respectable opponent. I salute you, sir. Alright, but we'll attack our opponent with our assembled Nightingale. We did exactly what the Lyrilusc want to do. Just lots of damage. And can you imagine if I had my Psychic Sword? The damage would have been astronomical. Although I was always a fan of using Stoic Challenger, even though it costs you your effect, but it does even more crazy damage. So, there you go, folks, for duel number 1. We've shown exactly what we're trying to do. The most important thing from now on is how consistent can we be with it. So, let's go for duel number 2. Show off more what the birds can do. Alrighty, our second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Alrighty, so let's get on into the second duel. We're going second again. Nice. Opening hand. I mean, ooh, that's going to be a rough one. There's a lot of things I can get that can help this hand. Belial, okay, this is Dragonmaids. Dragonmaid. Ooh, wait, hold on. Ooh. That would be fun. That would be fun if that could work out. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Dragonmaids have like Omni Negates and things like that with yugioh, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work. But it'd be funny as hell if this could go off, because it does bounce dragons specifically, which I think is like an anime reference or something. Yeah, it's an anime thing, so that's why it does that. But it's just a funny little coincidence. We're up against dragons, and we just happen to have an anti-dragon card. All right. So, standby phase lets this thing fusion summon, but you're gonna fusion now, yeah. Fusion summon extra deck. Okay, so you got yugioh, and at least one copy of Tiding, I would say. Alright. Ooh, drew the Cobalt Sparrow. Not bad, not bad. I certainly like the Sparrow. Lindy Dragonmaid. Using into something else. Oh, bringing out Nurse Dragon. Okay. This is all during the standby phase. It's nutty. It's like playing against Chris Strongs or something. Alright. Just do all your plays in my turn, why don't you? Why don't you just do that all during my turn? Alright, let me think about this. It's a hard call here. It's a hard call here. Because now you're fusing into something else. There's House Dragonmaid. So part of me wants to try like Bird Strike for this. Tricky difficultness. Thinking. Normal summon that. Activate Bird Call, special summon, get Barrel. Okay, maybe. Alright, so it's normal summon Celestine Wagtail and see how this works. We'll normal summon the bird. We're going to attempt to bait out things with a Bird Strike. This will negate all of his monsters, so he has to use yugioh now. Otherwise, he's just screwed, essentially. I mean, this will set off, like, House Dragonmaid popping my stuff. But that all works with what we're trying to do here. Okay, so you're going to go for another Housemaid. That's fine. Now we shall activate our Wonders of Nature and see where this goes. I shall summon forth our Cobalt Sparrow, and all dragons go back to the player's hand. Ah! Oh, it worked! I didn't think that was going to work. It did. Oh. Well, that's just unfortunate. That's just a little unfortunate. Okay, I can make this work still. It's not going to be as pretty or nothing, but I can still make it work. So we'll go for a Recital Starling. And we're going to detach. Oh, right, the other effect first. Boo. Bigger numbers. Always going to have them big numbers. All right, so. think. I didn't get to use Cobalt Sparrow's effect to search. I'm about to search. That's a tricky one. I don't really have any of the spells I need at the moment, so I'm going to detach Cobalt. I think. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. So we'll go for our Barrel Canary. Indeed, we'll use our Barrel Canary's effect. Go ahead and target our Cobalt Sparrow. Bring out the girls. Oh, you're not going to activate anymore for me, are you? Okay, this... We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. We're going to go for our Assembled Nightingale. She's going to be kind of small for an Assembled Nightingale, but I do have a little bit of a pick-me-up. So let's go ahead. You will gain materials. You will be the materials. That will at least be 1,000, so that's something. And let's go ahead and draw a card, just in case we draw something good. Warbler, you return too late. I'm sorry. Go Sighting Blade! Pay multiples of 100 light points. Boost the power of Bird. That's right. Just imagine Bird Girl charging you with a sword. So that, unless this is a battle trap or something, ought to be game. That really ought to be. That's a lot of. That's even more damage. That's the kind of damage that's the stuff of legends. Alrighty. Well, I'd say we managed to beat the Dragonmaids. I know that they can field like bigger dragon. I'm sure they can be like that Dragon Lord and stuff. That would have definitely made a bit of a. That would have been an issue if they had made Dragon Lord, because that's like 3 Omni Negates. But we were able to out to the Dragonmaids this time around. So here we go. Duel number 2. More damage. Very nice. All right. So let's go for duel number 3. These are going relatively quick, so I think we can fit 4 duels today. But let's go for duel number 3. Good old fighting third. And see if the birds come up on top. Maybe summon some of the other exceeds. That would be cool. Alrighty, everybody. The third opponent for the fighting third, as we call it. And if I win this one, I'm going to choose to go first. I want to see how my birds do going first. Like I said, you got to be able to do that. Let's see. This opening hand kind of blows. Of course it... Oh, wait, hold on. I can make this work. I think I can make this work. I'm pretty sure I can make this work. Okay. I'm just thinking of the order here. I should have thrown out one Almirage. That would have been really good here. But that's okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to summon out our Celestine Wagtail. That's step number 1. And we're going to make our Relinquished Anima. We'll use our Barrel Canary. This will lock us into Exceeds, but that's totally fine. That's what we want to do. So we'll summon out Barrel Canary and our Wagon Tail. Which I just want to mention. I guess Wagtail does have a tail. I was about to say, does she have a tail? She does. And it looks like you probably could wag that tail. I'd say there's a good potential of that. Anywho, so we'll go ahead and use our Bird Call here. We're going to go ahead and search out our Sapphire Swallow. And this will force us to special summon Sparrow. But that's what we want to happen. Because that way I get another bird. So, good old-fashioned Cobalt Sparrow. We're going to get... It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to get Warbler because that's the last Lyrilusc. Lyrilusc, you know, they've had some support over the years. Not so much in the main deck, other than, like, the Bird Call. So it's kind of a weird thing. A little bit of a weird thing. Let's think. What are the order we want here? Here's what we want. We're going to use Celestine Wagtail. And we're going to use Barrel Canary. We're going to go ahead and make a Recital Starling. We'll go ahead and boost the power of Relinquish, because he's just going to be sitting there at this point. Might as well put some use out of him. So we'll detach our Wagtail. And we're going to search out yet another bird. We'll get a Barrel Canary for later. And we're going to go ahead and activate Sapphire Swallow's effect, summoning her and Warbler to the board. How about Chumba? And thanks to... Oh yeah, Warbler's going to revive a monster, so there you go. Perfect. We'll get even more than I was planning. I was planning for a little bit, but this will do even more. So once again, Wagtail, yeah, there we go. Yep, go ahead for those two. Make another Recital Starling. This is not a once per turn monster, by the way. It's one of those things. It is not a hard once per turn. It's not a once per turn at all, except for the searching thing. But you know, it's an exceed, so it makes sense. So we'll detach our Wagtail again. We'll search out. Let's get a Warbler just in case. These are good cards to just like fall back on. So I would say that's the best bet here. Oh no, not a rock. Birds are weak to rocks, please. Don't tell me it's the Nibiru. That would be bad. I'm not gonna lie, boys. If there's a rock in there, my birds are cooked. And not even like a Christmas turkey. I'm talking about spit roasted. That would not be good. We'll see, though. Because my next plan of action, which would be really good if I go into, is like F0, so I have a monster effect negate. Which would definitely save me from the impending Rock of Ages. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and make my other Lyrilusc Seas monster, which is Ensemble Robin, who negates special summons. Oh, baby, it worked. Begging the universe for peace worked, boys. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll make this dude Utopic Draco Future, so any rocks will no longer be a problem. No rocks. And we'll summon Ensemble Blue. Wait, what's this doing now? Oh, I used... Did I use the right material for that? Unintentional. Sometimes you just gotta blank on it. It'll work. It'll work, because I used Cobalt, so I get... Or a Sparrow. I get the names. I keep calling this Cobalt, because Cobalt's like blue. Or at least as far as I'm aware, Cobalt's a blue color. But yeah, that's Sapphire Swallow. She gave us another material. Wagtail will be another material. How about you? And that will do it. I would say for going first, that's pretty solid for Lyrilusc. I have a monster effect on a big old dragon monster dude, and I have Ensemble Blue. What's this doing? Blah, 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 blah. Summon this card from the hand. Okay. I'm actually going to allow that for now, because I want to show up Ensemble Blue's effect. Attach Wagtail. Back to the hand with you, the Dictator of D's. Dictator of what? Dictator of D's. The D stands for Dragon, you degenerates. What are you talking about? Okay, so we're up against some Blue Eyes. Alright, we've stalked through Dictator, though. But Horus is a thing we are going to have to do about. I can't really afford him to go into a Horus. We're going to be seeing a lot of Horus the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! This year. I tell you, it's such a popular engine, and I understand why. It's a good engine. It's not restrictive. It puts some pretty big bodies on the board. And it's very, very easy to set up despite getting negated. Oh wait, this was a bad idea. No wait, this is okay, I think. Yeah, because if I put him, yeah, he can discard it to get another one, but he can't summon Imseti back. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work. The thing about the Horus engine, one weakness that they do have, majority of the time, Horus will not play more than one of these at a time. So, like, yeah. Happy. Okay, you know what? Let's let that one go through and see what happens. Now I'm just plain curious where this is gonna go. Who do we have in the graveyard right now? We do have Warbler in the grave. Okay, because I have my good old buddy King Caballo. King Caballo is a very nice card in here for like recovery of things. And why would you do that? Okay, Ensemble Blue, do whatever your other effect was. I forget what your other effect was, but we'll find out in a second. So I get a monster back. Let's get Sapphire Swallow. Yes. Yeah, because Ensemble Blue got sent to the graveyard, I think it's by card effect, that one. Funnily enough, my opponent did it to themselves. I got a monster back. So, normally Bird Strike's really good against certain decks, but Horus's main thing of a removal is the Sarcophagus. So, it's not going to be as useful. Although, I can get rid of that as an issue. Oh, balls. No! I put materials into making that. How could you do this? Alright, so the Dictator of D has gotten his vengeance. He's back, and he's got the Blue Eyes on the board. I mean, that's all he has on the board, but it's something. So, what was the other... This thing forces me to attack it. Yeah, I'm forced to attack whatever he says. Which I don't appreciate. I decide what I attack. Alright, so... Let's summon out King Caballo. We'll use King Caballo's effect. And we're going to get our... This doesn't negate, right? No. We'll get back Wagtail, because we need spells. So we'll get our Wagon Tail. We're going to go ahead and get our Bird Sanctuary. because I just kind of need it. And we're going to activate our Bird Strike. No monster effects for you. Damn it, it didn't negate the blue eyes. He really is invincible. He's just invincible. Alright, let's go for a Bird Sanctuary. We'll activate Barrel Canary on Cobalt Sparrow. It's always good, even if you don't need to search sometimes in Lyrilusc, it's always good to just do it anyway. Just in case things go horribly, horribly upended. You never know. Alright, so having done that, let's go ahead for, let's see. I could go for this thing. That is true. That is true. It's a different thing to do. Yeah, why not? Why not do something to... Oh, I could also go for Lionheart. Well, Lionheart's like one of my favorite Exceeds, but he's not good for this particular situation. But yeah, let's go for this thing. You and you. And finish. Yeah, this is our other Exceed. This is Promenade Thrush. By detaching material, I can shuffle spell back into deck. No more Horus for you. Alright, so we'll do that, and we're going to activate our Sapphire Swallow. We'll go on our Warbler. That way I can... I'm not sure if this is going to be enough for game or not, but it's going to be close. It's going to be dang old close. So once again, our Bird of the Word, Assembled Nightingale. Thanks to our Sapphire Swallow. I got it right that time. We're going to go ahead and put another material on this. Nope. Oh yeah, and Barrel Canary is going to give me an extra boost there too, so that's good. So let's go ahead, let's attach materials. This will gain materials, and this will be those materials. It's funny, even with all the new Exceeds, you know, most of the time you're going to be putting things on Assembled Nightingale. The others do get really big the more materials that are on them. They get bigger than Assembled, but none of them rival her potential for damage. Come on, Psychic Sword. Psychic Sword. Aw. I want a Psychic Sword. Alright, well, regardless of that, let's just attack our opponent directly. That will be game right there. So another very interesting opponent here. More Horus things around the horizon. But none of it stops the power of Bird. The Bird is the word. Alright. So as we continue, let's go ahead for one more duel today. I think we've earned it. These duels have been, like, relatively quick. I'm looking at the time. I think we got some more time. If it's a little longer today, that's okay. I just really want to do this one more time. All right, everybody, the fourth duel of the day, the last chance at romance. Here we go, boys. One last duel, just for funsies. Do we need to? No. We want to? Yes. Do we have a very nice hand? Absolutely. Now, I've got the Swallow's Cowrie, very nice card. Got some Crow. Birds. It's bird on bird violence, boys. I've never been a fan of Floowandereeze, and funnily enough, we are playing Floowandereeze soon in the future. I think it's like day 12-ish or something. I had to double check the list, but we are playing Flu at some point in the future. And, okay. Activate Swallow's Cowrie. Search a bird. Any monster affects your opponent activates. Well, frig. You know, I did consider putting Harpy's Featherstorm in this deck at one point, but I chose not to because Harpy's Featherstorm is just kind of like a sacky sort of thing, and I don't really care for that. I mean, the Bird Strike is one thing. This is another. Also, I will give my sword to Cobalt Sparrow. She will carry on the torch. The torch that is Bird. Alright, let's attack into the Floowandereeze Eglin. What does this do again? If a Winged Beast is summoned, well, this card is banished. Yeah, with any luck, they don't draw a bird. Otherwise, I'm kind of boned. That's like the one problem that is facing us right now. I have nothing. I have nothing due to... Yeah, there's Eagle. Unfortunately, Eagle searches out Eagle again, which is not good. Can you normal summon... Yeah, you'll get Empen. You'll get Eagle. Can you normal summon Eagle twice, is the question. Can he? I don't think he can. That would be a little ridiculous, but the problem still remains. I have very little going on here. I have extremely little to go on, and I've drawn into Wagtail. I'm just gonna keep attacking for the moment. I'm thinking. The problem is that Floowandereeze are kind of like an anti-extra deck sort of deck. That's kind of their thing. They're kind of like, yeah, there you go. That was, wow, how would you imperm Wagtail? Why would you do that? That's silly. All right. Oh wait, hold on. He can't imperm Recital because I used Cobalt for that. Okay, that works. All right. I'm gonna get another bird. I'm thinking here. If I go for Wagtail, attach Wagtail, get Barrel Canary, bring back Wagtail, get Bird Call, bet Bear, dibba dibba derp. I'm trying to think what's the best option here. Or if I detach Cobalt Sparrow, I think we go for this one. I could be very wrong. We'll find out soon. We will soon learn whether we are good or we are boned. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go for Turquoise Warbler, actually. That way I get even more birds. Okay, so Barrel Canary, Turquoise Warbler. I already know what's in your hand. I already know. Alright, now the... What? Okay. My opponent surrenders to superior bird power. I'm not sure why they surrendered. I thought they still had a pretty good setup. I mean, yeah, he needs a different one of his flues, but if he draws any of them, I'm boned because he goes for Empin. That stops like all of my birds from activating their effects. It wouldn't stop like Assembled Nightingale, but I'd need room to do that. So maybe that's what they were scared of. I'm not sure, but there you go. We have proven the superior bird, and that is the word. All right, so let's go for the end screen. I think we've shown off this deck fairly well. Let's go in there, deck profile, all the good stuff. All righty, everybody. So Lyrilusc word went 4-0, doing a little bit better than I was expecting. I was thinking like 3-1, 2-2 at the worst, but you know, Lyrilusc, despite their age and despite how insane this game has gotten, still capable of doing lots of damage. You know, reasonably consistent. They have a lot of searching power, like generic things like the cavalry really help. We have our own searcher and bird call that also special summons our birds, and they have a lot of really good effects when they are special summoned. So, you know, it's a thing. We were able to get out all the birds, and that's where everything goes and clicks into place. You know, Warbler is really good for searching out things. We got our Cobalt that's searching, Barrel that's recovering, good old Sapphire Swallow for building up boards and getting back materials. It's a nice, clean package. Do I wish there were more Lyrilusc? Maybe if there was like one more in the extra deck, or not the extra deck, but the main deck. I think Barrel is the only one that was added. Now that I think about it, that was added into them. But it would be nice if there was like one more. I don't really care what it would do. Just like the little bit more variety. That's all. But yeah, we were able to do everything we wanted to do. We activated like pretty much everything. The only thing we didn't get to do was like Lionheart. But that guy, his day will come when it's time for some Karibo action. So, hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to smack the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. And let me know if there's any decks you want to see in the 100 days. Because we still have like, I want to say 3/4 of the board like open pretty much. You know? We do have Highlander Week coming up in like a little over a week. So if there's any crazy decks you can think of, or boss monsters for Highlander Week, that'd be appreciated because I've still got like 3 spots left there. But yes, here's the deck profile for all of you who want to try out some Lyrilusc. Give them a shot. Have a good old time. So for our main deck, we have 1 copy of the King Caballo, 2 copies of Celestine Wagtail, 3 DD Crow as a winged beast that's also a decent hand trap, 3 copies of the Turquoise Warbler, 3 copies of Sapphire Swallow, 3 Barrel Canaries, 3 Cobalt Sparrows, and triple Effect Veiler. We have 1 copy of Instantly Fusion, 1 1-for-1. We have 3 copies of the Bird Call, 1 Bird Strike, 3 Swallows Cowrie, 1 Call by Grave, 1 Bird Sanctuary, 2 copies of the Wonders of Nature, 3 copies of Psychic Bridle, and 3 copies of Imperm. As for the extra deck, we have things like Relinquished Anima, You can also consider things like Salamander Almirage as well, whatever you want to do. 1 SP Little Knight, which you could probably sub out for that Almirage. 2 copies of Ensemble Blue Robin. 1 copy of F-Zero Utopic Future. 2 of our main boss, which is Assembled Nightingale. You could go 3, but I find that 2 is plenty. 1 Promenade Thrush for removal of spells. 3 Recital Starlings as one of our main board builders. 1 Lionheart as a comeback sort of monster. Like if Assembled Nightingale got negated or something, or you didn't have any left or something. Nice monster just to punch the opponent really hard. 1 F-Zero Utopic Dragon Future, who my version is like messed up with the art, but he has a monster effect negate. He can't be destroyed by stuff. It's pretty nice. 1 AA Zeus, the Sky Thunder. You could run as many as you want in this deck, but I find that 1 is plenty. We don't need to try too hard. That's all I'm saying, but it's good removal. And last but certainly not least, a monster I really wanted to make the deck more around her, but it just did not want to work out too well, is Independent Nightingale, which is actually a pretty nasty fusion monster. It needs Nightingale and any Lyrilusc, and it can make its level increase by the materials on the Assembled Nightingale, and does a lot of burn damage, and it's unaffected by card effects. So it's a really nasty bird, and if you can actually summon the darn thing with enough materials on the Assembled Nightingale, you can burn your opponent really dang quickly. But as it stands, it's another free body on the board sort of thing, and it is another Lyrilusc. So as for the side deck techs, things like triple tactical talents is always good if you're up against hand traps and the like. If you want to try to make independent, go ahead, polymerization. Things like fusion, recycling, plan to search it out, make it a little more consistent. There's old Where Art Thou, which just searches out a level 1 monster if you have a level 1 monster. But that's basically been replaced by Swallow's Cowrie. But if you want to be even more insanely consistent, then go right ahead. I considered Foolish Burial, considering we have things like Barrel Canary and Warbler to revive monsters. So if you find like your monsters aren't in the grave as much as you'd like them to be, there's also Forbidden Droplet for negating things, but also there's Foolish Burial. Also Droplet if you don't want to run in perm, just for non-targeted negation of stuff. Another Bird Sanctuary, if you find that you're not getting your Wagtail special summon enough, you really need that Bird Sanctuary more, consider it an additional copy. And yeah, there's also Featherstorm if you happen to be going first more often than not. You need to just stop your opponent's monsters for a turn. If you want to do it, go right ahead. I just don't like to do it myself. So that's it for day 2, everybody. I hope you very much enjoyed. Tomorrow we're taking a look at Junzo. This is gonna be great. Hell yeah. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, is signing out. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Until next time, y'all stay safe, you stay happy, and you have a good one. Take care, everybody.